What is good? I'm sorry for the wait. I know it's been almost a month and a half since the last episode. Yeah, I ain't got no excuse. But we are back. And if you enjoy, if you're happy, if you are celebratory, if you're celebrating, then please hit that like button, subscribe, comment. Most importantly, I love talking to you guys in the comment sections. Hearing your ideas of where you think it is going, where it went, how it went, all that jazz. But we're gonna hop into part 16. Part 16 starts with Obito taunting Naruto. He tells him that with the world as it is, Naruto will never be able to truly protect his allies like he hopes. He tells Naruto to just simply look around at all the dead bodies, and if he thinks he can truly stick to his ideals, or if Naruto's ideals will even make a difference. Naruto looks down in front of him at Deku's body, silent. He starts to think that maybe Obito is right, but before he can say anything, Deku suddenly starts to stand up. He then looks at Naruto and he asks him why he's not responding to Obito's taunt, saying that this isn't like him. Naruto and everyone around is shocked that Deku's even alive, and Deku smiles and he says, well, I've already been impaled twice, so I refuse to die that way again. He then looks back at Obito and he says that he's right. Ideals alone won't make a difference in this world, but that every major change has always started with an idea. Like the idea of protecting the current world, which has unified all of these different nations into one alliance. Naruto then snaps back to his normal self and he thanks Deku, who gives him a high five. After this happens, he transfers the Nine-Tailed chakra to Deku and then runs and gives some of his chakra to everyone else in the alliance. The next few moments go pretty similar to the original storyline, with Naruto protecting all of the alliance with his Nine-Tailed chakra, and Kakashi and Obito end up phasing into the other round to do their one-on-one fight. The Ten-Tailed then starts to charge up giant Biju bombs and starts shooting them at the alliance. The alliance puts up an earth barrier trying to block it, but it only slows down the attack and it keeps moving through one barrier at a time. But then all of a sudden it vanishes. This is when the Edo Tensei Hokages appear in front of the alliance, and when Deku sees them, at first he starts to fanboy a little, telling the second that he has a ton of questions about how he created so many jutsus, and immediately going to the third trying to hug him. The third laughs when he says he's happy to see that Deku still has that creative wonder. Once Deku calms down from seeing the past Hokages, he apologizes to the third. He tells him that he wanted to protect Danjo, but just like with the third and so many others, he was unable to. The third tells Deku that it's alright and that Danjo wouldn't want him to dwell on his death. The first Hokage then tells him that he hates to ruin the moment, but right now they have to focus on the Ten-Tails. The Hokages then put a barrier around the Ten-Tails, trapping them, at least for the time being. Sasuke and his team then arrive on the scene. His arrival shocks everyone, at least other than Naruto and Deku. Deku says that he felt like Sasuke would show up, given how much is going on in this war, but he wasn't really sure whose side he would be on. Naruto says that he felt him coming with the Hokage, so he was guessing that Sasuke was really going to be helping them. Sasuke with the rest of the Konoha 11 goes pretty much the same as he did in the manga, with Sasuke saying that he'll end up becoming Hokage so he can change this world for the better. Naruto then interrupts, saying that he'll be Hokage, not Sasuke, but that Sasuke can be one of his right-hand man. Deku walks in between them and says, no matter who becomes Hokage, he'll be there to protect them and keep the village safe. Deku then looks back at Sakura and asks her why she's still standing back there. He said that Team 7 hasn't all been together since, well, their first mission. The first Hokage then makes an entrance point into the barrier, and the Alliance starts to run in to fight the many Ten-Tail clones. Team 7 runs in, and Sakura is the first to show off how much she's improved, by unleashing all of her strength, destroying a ton of the clones and the ground in the process. Naruto, Sasuke, and Deku look at them impressed, but another clone appears behind her. Deku then uses his wind chakra to quickly boost himself forward to the clone at speeds that even Sasuke, who is using his Sharingan, said is impressive. Deku then extends his staff with his earth chakra. He puts flames around it after that, which is increased by the wind that's currently propelling him forward. He then swings it and destroys a line of clones. As the four ninjas then stand back to back, they start to think about how much they've improved. The third and the second Hokage then note that Deku's mastery of nature transformation at this point in time in his life is very impressive, stating that if he keeps training, he's sure to master all 5 natures like it's nothing. As the Alliance fights off the clones, they notice that they just keep coming, and now there's an even bigger clone heading towards them. Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura state that they can handle this and summon the animals that they've all inherited from the previous Sanin. As they sit on top of their summons, Naruto looks down and tells Deku to help out the rest of the Alliance and that they'll handle things from here. Deku puts his thumbs up and smiles at them, and then he bites his thumb, pulls out a scroll, and summons Baku. Sakura asks Deku when he learned how to summon that, and Sasuke simply says that he truly was Danzo's student. Deku then tells Baku to suck up all the little clones around them, then to shoot them in the air. When he does this, Sasuke burns them with his Amaterasu. After this, Sasuke and Naruto combine their Rasen Shuriken and Amaterasu to attack the Ten-Tail who's in the back and start to burn it. As it burns with the black flame, which impresses the Hokages, Deku then tells Baku to use all of his strength he has to create a tornado around the flames, which will expand it even more. Shortly after this, the Ten-Tail starts to shed part of his body, losing around half of it to the Amaterasu. Obito then returns to the war and absorbs the remains of the Ten-Tails. Once Obito becomes the Ten-Tail Jinchuriki, Deku, Naruto, Sasuke, and the Hokages attempt to fight him, but it's to no avail. Obito seems to be unaffected by all of their ninjutsu when it's too dangerous of a threat for them to get in for the taijutsu. At this point, Deku feels helpless. He tries to sit back and analyze how the Hokages have been fighting Obito. He continues to search for any information that could help them. As Naruto starts to run out of chakra, his summons start to go away, but before he leaves, the Toad shoots some acid at Obito, who blocks it. Deku notices that, unlike the other jutsus, this one didn't disappear. Deku then asks what type of jutsus his Toad uses, and the second notes that Deku seems to be more insightful than most ninjas, and that's rare for someone his age. Naruto nods and starts to channel his Sage Chakra. The second then teleports him and Naruto, and they hit Obito. And this time, they actually do damage. After this, Obito summons the Divine Tree, which cuts Naruto off from the group. Naruto then starts to get attacked by the tree as he's falling from the air, but not only does the third appear this time to save Naruto, but Deku did as well. They both destroy the tree that's about to stab through Naruto with their staffs. They then grab Naruto and drop back down, regaining some distance and recouping from the situation. Deku looks at the third and he asks what they're even supposed to do in this type of situation to Deku. And then he looks up at Naruto, who's already back charging at Obito. He said that Deku should follow the dream that he's had ever since he's known him to support the Hokage. After this though, things go pretty much the same, with Naruto sharing his power with the Alliance, and they start to have a tug of war of sorts with Obito over the Bijuu's chakra that he's absorbed. The Alliance does end up winning, but in the end, Madara uses this opening for his advantage and takes over Obito to fully revive himself. And this is where we're in part 16.